welcome. Sorry we're a little bit late today for bingo. I appreciate everybody being here. Who's missed bingo? We haven't had bingo for about a month. We took a little hiatus. We had a little bit of a business trip, and we had a little bit of work to do with WikiTree Day. So bingo is back for WikiTree Day, and I'm so excited. I have got great news for you as well. Bingo will be back again, and starting in January. We're going to revamp it. I've got a new co-host, and it's going to be really, really fun. We are bringing profiles and guests and WikiTreeers to bingo. You're going to love it. I have put the link to the card in the chat. Let me do it one more time. If everybody will bring up your bingo card. I've got a very special bingo game today. We are going to talk about WikiTree projects, because that's the track that I've been on all day. I don't know what you guys have been doing all day. Have you guys been going to track one and then the middle column and then the third column as you look at the WikiTree schedule? Have you been going back and forth and looking at everything? I've been staying pretty solid straight down that middle column with the project. So we're going to do WikiTree Bingo project style. And this kind of wraps up the year of projects that we had with WikiTree. Little bit of history here. Last WikiTree Day, we introduced WikiTree Bingo. I loved it so much. I loved it from an end user too, that I was talking to Awen and said, hey, if you ever decide to do bingo, I'm your girl. I love bingo. And guess what? We started bingo. So this has been a year of projects. If you've missed bingo this year, definitely go back to the YouTube channel on WikiTree and check it out, because we invited guests from each project, and sometimes we invited many guests from a project. For example, if you're looking at all the apps today in WikiTree browser extension B, the fan chart, we had the programmers here on our bingo. So if you were here first, you learned all about these apps before they became a WikiTree Day presentation. Pretty cool. Okay, so if everybody's ready, I'm going to drop the link one more time. This is how you play bingo. So you're going to use your mouse, click on it when I call the word, horizontal, diagonal, or vertical. That's all you need is one of them to win bingo. As you know, I like to talk, and I like to talk about the bingo. My chat, where you guys tell me if you won or not, is kind of out of my eyesight, so that's why sometimes I miss it. So many of you might win at bingo at the same time, but it's whoever types it first is the winner. If you have won bingo so far this year, you are allowed to win again, with one exception. If you've won this weekend, you are not allowed to win again. If somebody in your household has won this weekend, you're not allowed to win again. We want to do a little bit of fairness here. Okay, so if we're ready, I haven't even called it. Good job, Eric. I love that. You guys are cracking me up today. Thanks for joining me, because I know that you have a lot of things going on and a lot of different tracks. So I really appreciate you guys joining me today. Let's go ahead and start. Scotland. So if you're a member of Scotland Project, you already know this is probably either the first or second largest project there is on WikiTree. And Scotland also did a presentation. I believe it was shown late last night. The next one, DNA. Well, DNA is a project here. It's pretty large. And if you're listening in some of the symposiums, we had some DNA speakers, but we also had our resident DNA expert, Mags. And Mags gave information during a presentation on DNA groups and WikiTree. I might add too, if you have any questions about DNA, you want to learn more, go to the group. They're very helpful. Latin America, we're talking global. And guess what? The very last program that will be aired on WikiTree Day and wraps up the entire weekend is the Global Project. The Global Project will be announcing their launch, and do not miss the first 5 minutes. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're still up, the Global Project is the last one that will be shown on the whole weekend on WikiTree Day today, and don't miss the last 5 minutes. David Randall is the project leader for that, and he's going to share lots of information. Poland project. And I'm really happy to say that we had the Poland project on Bingo about 2 or 3 months ago. We had the two ladies that are working the profiles there. Lots of behind the scenes work has happened with the Poland project. And I think that it's probably appropriate to say that if you need research help in the Poland area and countries, definitely reach out to them. You want to know what I learned when they came to Bingo? There were a certain point in time, Poland was not there. And if you want more details, join the project or watch the WikiTree Bingo that we had where the ladies explained exactly what that means. And I'm glad to see David is in the chat. He will be there. He is the project leader of the global project. The United States. This one's kind of interesting. So for those of you that are not part of the United States project or don't know, or maybe live outside the United States, the United States project does have 2 PLs that manage the project, but each state is listed and each state has its own PL as well because it's just too large. We get a lot of members. And a little tidbit, you want to know which state is the most active with WikiTreeers as far as a project working together as a project? Louisiana. Greeters. Who saw Greeters? Greeters was about 30 minutes ago. And I want to point out that many of you know Pip. And so if you know Pip, then Pip is the PL of the Greeters. And he is in need of volunteers. And the good news is 1 hour a week. That's all he's asking for. We need more greeters. There's been some greeters that have moved on to other opportunities. Some have stepped down after doing multiple years of greeting, and they've got other things going on in real life. So there is some need there. There's some opportunity to fill, and the opportunities to fill are different days, different time zones. There's definitely availability for wherever you can fit. 1 hour a week. So if you could help Pip out, head over to the greeters page. Notables, and we've got David Randall here. Notables is presenting today as well. They're presenting in a couple hours. Very good information if you are ever curious about notables. And I'm just going to leave this little hint so you watch the notables presentation a little bit later. Can I or can I not create a living notable profile on WikiTree? We're going to hear the answer straight from the PLs of the Notables project, but you got to watch because I don't want to misquote. I want to make sure that you guys watch and hear it straight from them. The middle square is a free space. That's the WikiTree logo for the 15th anniversary. Go ahead and click on that. And thank you, Cheryl. Greer, they really are the greatest gang. And I know that I say this a lot, and I do need to pause and say, have you been greeted in WikiTree? Yes, you have. You know how you know? You go back to your profile page, scroll down to the very first message that you ever received, and chances are that was a greeter. Can you imagine if you just joined WikiTree and you're, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And now that we do know, could you imagine not being greeted by a greeter and getting a little help guide that tells you, oh, the biography has 2 little equal signs. I know what that means. Well, a greeter greeted you to help you out with that information. I'm just going to mention 1 hour a week. That's all they need. So if we can get some people to help the greeters out, they would be so appreciative. And you get to meet the new WikiTreeers before anybody else. Semitis. Now, this is the first project I joined when I came to WikiTree. I happen to have thousands of photographs of where I went to cemeteries, started with my own family cemeteries, branched out to every cemetery in the county where my family was, branched out to, I'm a little weird, to vacations. Let's stop at a cemetery. There might be a really cool thing. And I will tell you, one of the first vacation tombstone pictures that have ever had that I took was Ty Cobb's. Pretty cool. So in Symmetrists, they survey, they document, they photograph, they create profiles, they add the cemetery tags, the categories to it. There's lots of different options for you with the Symmetrist. So if you don't go out to cemeteries, they're always needing people to transcribe the tombstones and put the pictures up on profiles. One place. This is my WikiTree addiction right here in a nutshell. You might think Appalachia is my addiction, and it is. And I'll tell you why one place beats it just by a little bit, because I have a lot of one place studies in Appalachia. So I really do love one place studies. I like to study the people that are in ghost towns, ghost mining towns, so coal mining towns. And that is my newest one. I also have my mother's town where she was born. For one place studies, guess what? It's whatever you want to make it. Do you want to just study a certain time period in a location? Maybe you just want to study a house. Maybe you live in an older home, a historic home, and you want to study just that house. How many of you had block parties as a kid? Maybe you have a one place study of just the street. So lots of different options. It's really, really cool. The one place studies are really cool. And you get to customize your sticker, which is really cool too, because who doesn't love the stickers on WikiTree? Norway. And Norway is one of our Nordic countries. I think that it would be really cool to go to Norway because I know that I've got ancestors there, and I'm trying to figure out if they were there or were they in different locations. Were they in Sweden? Were they in Norway? So trying to find out where they are. I think it would be really cool to go and look through the documents and walk the streets of where the ancestors are. And speaking of Sweden, there we go. Sweden's kind of interesting. If you've got Swedish ancestors, you know that chances are you're looking at farm records. I would say no. This is the first time that I've seen you have something twice on your card. But if it's there, this is WikiTree, and we're having fun. So go ahead and click it. Mayflower. The Mayflower Project actually has a lot of records and resources. So if you're trying to see if you are a descendant of a Mayflower, then you can use their project information and resources and dig a little bit deeper to see how you connect. And we have a bingo. There we go. Stan, was it Mayflower? I'm going to guess it was Mayflower. And I need to say hi to a couple of people. Congratulations, Stan. That's really, really cool. Let me tell you how to claim your prize. You are going to email Eowyn at wikitree.com. And she's going to let you know. Let me see if I also. She's going to let you know how to claim your prize and what it is. And as I just peek over my tab here, I'm going to drop you a link so you can get a little bit of a head start. So if you did not win this weekend, because this is the last bingo that we're having this weekend, the WikiTree store link, I'm going to drop in the chat and check it out. It's really, really cool. I will tell you that, interestingly enough, before the WikiTree games, the WikiTree Friday Night Bingo mug was the best selling. But now what is really selling, I don't know if you can see this, there we go, the mugs, the mutt mugs. So we have different mugs that have different countries. We have Scotland, we have Wales, we have Australia, we have a whole bunch of different countries. So the mutt mugs are the current bestseller. So what you're going to do is email Eowyn, and she will let you know how much you can spend at the WikiTree store. If you didn't win, you can go to the store and purchase something as well, or you can join me for bingo when we revamp it. And I'm so sorry, David, your card was defective, but good news. If you want the answer to the notables question, David's the one that's going to help answer it. So make sure that you come back. And that's really strange. You had adoption angels twice, but if it would have worked, that would have been great. It didn't come up though. So I'm so sorry about that. Thank you guys for joining us and have a great WikiTree Day 2023. Bye, guys.